Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the last serving of Term 2 lunch orders, where we've looked at all things bodies. I'm so excited to be joined today by the miraculous Maye Gibson, aka Betty Grumble, who I will introduce in just a moment. Before I do, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands on which we meet. For me, it's the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. For MMA, she is coming to us from Gadigal land, and pay my deep respects to elders past and present, whose bodies, as we've talked about this semester, have moved on this space for centuries. I'd also like to thank VATE, the Victorian Association of the Teaching of English, who for their support of this series and for creating the curriculum resources to enable us to take this into classrooms as well. As I said, it is my enormous pleasure to welcome today Maye Gibson, a performance artist who uses her alter ego, Betty Grumble, as an access point for spirituality, story, catharsis, and pleasure. We're going to be opening this session with our chat. We're doing things slightly back to front today, and then leaving you with a recording of Maye's Grumble Boogie, curated and served up just for your bodies. So thank you, Body. Thank you, Maye, for joining me. Let's get straight into it. Can you tell us about the origins of the Grumble Boogie? Where did it come from? Where did you start to boogie?
Well, thank you, Body. Thank you, Beck, and all you bodies tuning in for meeting me here. Yeah, I'm on Gadigal, and I pay my respects, and the country that you are all on, and the ways in which, I guess, if we're going to talk about where I began boogieing, it's on country. I grew up on Bidjigal country, and I remember doing a lot of dancing with trees, with my family, both logical and biological. And I also come from 5, 6, 7, 8 dancing suburban dance school land. So I thank my amazing, precious dance teachers for everything they did for my body, and swimming teachers. I'm a big swimmer, which is, some of the best boogieing you can do. Feels like you're swimming on land sometimes. But in terms of being a grumble, I started doing Grumble Boogies probably about 15 years ago as a limb of my art practice. One, to keep me active in my body and to share some of these skills that I had to facilitate and help people's bodies to move. And then we've all been on this journey in the pandemic landscape, and I pivoted, to use a word of the time, to go into this cyber sensual space. And every day we got up together, and at 10 a.m. we'd do 20 minutes of Grumble Boogieing, which is very, very daggy disco aerobic dance. And we would help move each other around. It really helped me, and I connected even more to creative community, queer community, intergenerational community in that flow. And since then, we were able to do a 24-hour Grumble Boogie too, where we made this big performance ritual at Carriage Works here on Gadigal in Moraine, and called in all of these collaborators, international and nearby, to make a big feast of movement. And I'm about to do some more boogies as well. So I love a boogie, believe deeply in the boogie, in thanking our body. Thank you, body is a mantra that I work with, and it means thank you to this body, but also to the group body, to the body in nature, to the celestial bodies, the bodies that are no longer with us. So connecting to that, I guess, gratitude and hope and love, but also a sense of action and passion about taking care of bodies has really helped me connect to my own body and to the audience body.
Yeah, that idea of connection is so interesting because I, since following your Grumble Boogies, have also started using that mantra, thank you, body. And it really does, it feels a bit like faking it till you make it. Like it gives you that moment of self-reflection, of acknowledging that you are a body in a space and that your body is actually doing so much for you, even when you're not feeling good about it. So it kind of pulls you back into body. Did you ever feel disconnected from your body?
Oh, yeah. I had a very hard time in my body, as some people can, when we come up against things in this world that you might describe as, we use a word like patriarchy, systems that feel like they belong to a dominant culture that can make us feel alien to our bodies or like our bodies are not our own. Um, Shame and fear of your own body. It's been something as a young woman that I've really experienced, perpetuated by the media, by people around me. And I've got some theories about why this is so, and I just try and meet that. I mean, it was very difficult for me maybe when I was a little bit younger to understand those processes, but I am grateful for the ways in which creativity was an access point for me to oxygenate some hard feelings. And I've done a lot of healing through creative practice and from dancing with people, a lot of dancing at discos, at raves, in on dance floors with people who really respect their bodies and want to share that respect with the room. I love a dance floor where there's spatial awareness. And I also have in being in this body the way I am now. I still have to practice thank you body. I still have feelings that come up that are difficult. I think that's just part of being in this world. But I certainly have learnt a lot from mentors like Vic Spence, who's an amazing life and death doula, who's a mentor of mine, Elizabeth Burton, who was a Buddhist stripper and performance artist that taught me a lot. She used to say, be kind to your body. This is your transportation, your temple, your sexuality. You can't jump out of your body into somebody else's. You got to love what you're living in. And that's, when we're littler, we don't really get taught about that kind of emotional, spiritual, whatever you want to call it, well-being. We get taught about how our digestive system works, hopefully, and what's going to happen to our body in these ways that can feel a bit constricted or even scary. But what I hope is that in the future that young people can really learn to love what they're in. Although I did have some good instincts when I was littler, like getting a mirror and looking at my body and discovering myself in ways that felt really tender and magical and without shame. So yeah, it's really a center to thank you body is health. Um, I come from my both my parents have are healthcare professionals. My father's a GP, super old school family doctor in Fairfield here. And my mother was a nurse, and then she was an aerobics instructor. So I grew up watching her, and that's through osmosis, got the knowledge. And then she was a natural bodybuilder, but then also painter. So the body has always been central to my way of connecting with my expressive self. And I also have had a really intimate relationship with people around me with significant disability and going on different health journeys. So the cycles of our health and the inevitable ways in which our bodies go through pain and decay and change has also been really important to how I want to make work. And that's infinite, ever expanding, trying to keep meeting how we can keep thinking outside of our own lived experience as well and hold both what we've experienced and what's possible and in other people's eyes and other beings' eyes to create a dance floor that's super liberated and loving and staunch and possible.
I'm so in awe of the way that you create space in this world of dance and movement and play. And I want to come back to the idea of play in a minute. But just in terms of accessibility, I noticed even in the Grumble Boogie that you did for us, that you've done for us, that we'll do after our conversation, you invite people who are doing the boogie in a chair, for example, to participate. And it seems to come so naturally to you. Can you talk a bit about how you've come to that awareness of making space in a world that, for a long time has been notoriously exclusive to many bodies? How have you approached making space for all bodies, and why is that so important to you?
Yeah. Well, I still think, unfortunately, in many ways, this world is inaccessible for certain bodies with different experiences. But I've been fortunate to have a very intimate experience with a particular body who's a wheelchair user. So I guess some of that language is in my body to try and think about how we invite different people into spaces, um, and also understanding that there's no, like with power in general, we kind of, with language and the ways in which we are meeting, making rooms accessible, and also practicing with ourselves, just coming into our own privilege. Um, that's always shifting and changing. Like, you can't, or you perhaps wouldn't benefit from putting a big blanket over, like, this is how we speak about this. So I try to just listen to the room and my heart and how to invite people in, and use logic as well, and also understand that I'm fallible and I have and will make mistakes, and that's part of, being with a world that we've inherited, this world that's quite, homogenized and, normative in many ways. So the beauty of language is that we're always meeting each other in it and trying to listen to what the other body needs, and needs to feel respected. I'm also really fortunate to have a relationship with Midnight Feast, which is an amazing company here. And I've worked pretty consistently with all kinds of people in their bodies to make work, and I'm excited about more of that for my practice. But yeah, I think it does come from a lived experience, but also I have a really able body as well. I've got a lot of facility in my body. So with that comes responsibility. So yeah, just trying to be a good listening body, as I would say.
I read recently that kids are stopping. Sorry, how to phrase this. I read recently that kids are playing or not playing earlier and earlier in their lives, like as in they're sort of growing out of playing earlier and earlier. That's probably the best way to say it. And I found that quite alarming. And it seems to me that Grumble Boogie, but also Betty Grumble herself, and the act of play and dagginess and inviting that dagginess and that sense of play is a kind of invitation to reconnect with play. Do you have play practices? Like, are there things that you do that reignite those feelings of joy and play and pleasure in your own life?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Uh yeah, I feel you on being moved by that kind of information, because I don't, would it be the way technology is in our lives that we are looking and playing online in different ways? Maybe, but also that is a powerful way that some people are able to access play who have limited movement as well. So I wouldn't be poo-pooing that, but it certainly does feel like, I mean, my desire through Grumble to be a kind of clown as well. I hold clowns in really high regard. They're rascals, and they're there historically, in ancient ways to test power and to remind our bodies that our bodies are, wilding and constantly spilling out of themselves. So my daily practices are of what I would describe as a kind of a static dance. So I I invite myself into a state of play and exploration in my body, through a series of techniques that involve certain ways of breathing, and really trying to get into a flow where I kind of call it working in surprise time, where I'm surprising myself with the way that I am dancing, moving, feeling into my body. And that also might be moments of stillness as well. But I'm an Aries with a Leo, so I got a lot of fire in my body. So there's a lot of energy to move around. Swimming's really important to me, and music. Music is a huge entry point into these improvisational flows that I mean, I can sit down and write when I'm writing work and just sit down and write, but I almost always have some kind of dance movement element coming in. I also love dancing with trees, which you find a tree, you you send your roots into the earth, you reach up, and it's that mirror exercise you play with people, sometimes in Daggy Drama Land, where you don't know where the movement's coming from. I try and get into that kind of duet with a tree, and really, so your brain's going, oh, you're not being earnest or sincere. You can move through those patterns of doubt and drop that away until you keep arriving in that authentic sense of play that I remember having naturally as a child. Of you see a child, a young person going, I move my, this feels good. Ah. And then maybe an adult might say something like, don't do that, you're being ridiculous, or don't be silly. Like, to me, silly is sacred. And I understand some of that guidance is about keeping us safe in the world and decorum, but it's too much. We get squashed out of us. Things have been repressed into our bodies. And one might say that's also a big fault of colonization, the way things should be, flattening of things. These are the roles that you're meant to play. But that ecstatic, playful, joy pursuing body is such a source of uh, muscularity and sinew and oxygen and good medicine for your body too. Like you said, that you can feel the difference after you've moved your body. You've awakened something, and your mind and body feel more in alignment, for me anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's so important as well for all adults and for adults watching to start moving away from that reflex to tamper down play and to tamper down silliness, because I think that that learned experience of shame is one of the greatest inhibitors of play, and embracing silliness, even if it's embracing other people being silly, is so important to allow people to reconnect with their bodies and with playing.
Yeah. I was talking to Vic Spence, actually, my mentor. I was making this work with a collaborator, Dr. Charlotte Farrell. We were doing Shakespeare, but we named A Midsummer Night's Dream, A Midsummer Night's Cream. And we were thinking deeply about play. And we were all sitting in a circle talking about play as a radical act, because play also teaches us critical thinking. And you might feel, given the state of things, that the powers that be don't want people critically thinking in expansive, horizontal planes of power. We're in these real vertical, hierarchical ways of being, but play, you go like, this could be, whoops, that could go like that. And you start to, move and make possible things that might feel impossible. And I think play is of benefit to all of us. I did this gig recently with, um, it was a deliberate act of radical diplomacy. And it was my job to get in the room with a lot of men with a lot of power that really wouldn't be boogieing a lot. And then some other, lefty people that might have been used to it a bit more, and invite all of them to dance together. And they did. And they all were reflecting on how they don't dance in front of each other, and how, they really came up against this wall of like, but then that melted away. And it doesn't take long for people to remember that it's innate. We want to move and feel the immediacy of our sensual world as we can with our bodies, you know.
I mean, unfortunately, that is the note we're going to have to finish on. Although, what a beautiful note to finish on, and what a beautiful note to move into the Grumble Boogie. Could you also give our viewers a question? Could you leave them with something to think about?
Oh, what have you done to thank your body today? Or what could you do to thank your body today?
And maybe it's doing this boogie.
Yeah. Oh, take care. Have fun. Boog.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, MMA, Betty Grumble. It's been bliss.
Thank you, body. Thank you, Beck.
Hello, bodies. Hello, bodies. Woo. Hello, bodies. My name is Maye Gibson and a Betty Grumble, and I am here with you to Grumble Boogie. Hello, lunch order. Hello, all of your bodies. I'm very excited to move with you today. I'm speaking to you today on powerful Gadigal country full of dancing and connecting. And usually I would be in the garden boogieing for something like this, but today it's raining, which the plants love. The plant bodies say thank you, body. So I'm in my living room, which has powerful art from my mother and from my friends, and the cafe here, giving energy to all the bodies that we're thinking about in the ways in which we're able to move together this way, so we can keep strong and open in this world. So we're going to do about 10 minutes. We'll do a gooey warm-up, we'll do a pump, heart pump, bit more movement for our muscles, and then we'll do a gentle cool down. Please listen to your body. Only do things that feel good for your body, yeah? We're going to keep the breath going the whole time. Everything that I'm doing is a suggestion. So if you want to do something bigger, do it, or smaller, do it. Just the arms, just the legs, or you might even be doing a seated boogie, or even lie down on the ground and gain perspective that way. Please take care of your body and the group body as we all move together. Thank you to the Wheeler Centre for having me. I've been working with this mantra, these words. I say thank you, body. That's this body, your body, all of our bodies together, the land, celestial bodies, and the body beyond the body. We're here today to say thank you, body. So I invite you to notice now how your body is, and we're going to breathe and begin to move together. If you need some water, take it, okay? We're going to be working up some sweat. Okay, ready? Thank you, body. Okay, DJ, there's a song in here that I wrote with Paul Mack and Johnny Seymour. It's called Thank You, Body. So let's warm it up a little bit. Here we go. Breathe. Okay. All right. Find yourself some space. Soft knees over the toes. Relationship to the earth, to here, to there, the horizon. There's always a horizon. We breathe. Breathe into the nose, out of the mouth. And you hear the beat of the music, and I invite you just to begin to gently sway like a tree. Good body, soft knees, side to side. And now the sway becomes a little bit of a gentle bounce. If you're doing the boogie seated, feel the reality of your bottom in your seat and where your limbs connect to what is touching the earth, and breathe into our root systems. You might like to take yourself on a little journey around the room, just in a little circle. Have a look at where you are. Notice the light, the different colors, the people, the space above your head, front body, back body, as we just arrive in space together. Good. Hello. Nice. All right, ready? We're going to start with some gentle bird wings or fairy wings. You can hear some birds in the track. Thank you, body. Nice and easy. Counts of 4. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. There's a little wiggle through the hips. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. Nice. Breathe. Feel how your body is shifting and opening. Good. Let's do 2 more like this. 1. How's your breath? Good. Counts of 2. Let's go. Good. Nice and easy. Now we just step touch side to side. And we just let the shoulders come forward like this. Beautiful. Nice and gentle warm up. Breathe. Alright, we're going to put our hands on our hips. Time to warm up our head and neck. Look side to side. Nice and gentle. Remember, listen to your body. Adjust the movement to suit you this moment. Beautiful work. Soft knees, gentle gaze, ear to shoulder. Nice and gooey. Breathe. Beautiful. Let's do 4 of each. Let's go and go. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Nice. Count to 2 and go. Have a look. And 2. Can you hear my friends? Beautiful. Let that go. March now. Knees up. Peel through the feet. Beautiful work. Good. I want you to step in, a little flick through the legs. Flick. Flick. Now cross the diagonal. Boom. Cha. 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 4 to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. And flick. 1, 2. All right, ready? Big circles like a galaxy. 8. 1, 3, 4. See how my foot's peeling? 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side. 1, 2, 3. Good for your whole body. I like to call this a party body. 4. 1, 2. Party arms. And 4. 1, 2, 3. Count to 2. Arms up. Now 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Ooh, a little cha-cha. Beautiful. March it out. Good. Let's add some arms across the body. 1. Good. Reach up. Let's go. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Across. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful work. Oh, lovely. And with the step and heel digs. Pull. Ooh, how's your breath? Starting to pump now. Lift the knee up. Elbow to knee. Flex the foot. Good. Beautiful. I love it. Reach up. Woo. And that's a thank you body. Right, the music's changing now. Feel the beat. Drop into the heels. Root systems. Breath. Jump rope. Here we go. Step side to side. Now, you can do this just under your hips like this, or a bit bigger. If you do a bit bigger, it's a bit harder. Or you can play between the two. Keep it going. Breathe. Ready, swing the arms up and down. Let's go. Beautiful. Good. Good body. Here we go. And front. Reach. You might even take this a bit down lower. Reach. Good. Let's be a bit tricky and do 2 of each. Reach up. 1, 2. Yeah. Good bodies. Nice. Couple more. I love it. Good body. Last one. Oh. Okay, ready? Watch this one. Step and tuck. Oh. It's a bit tricky. Tuck your toe. Tuck your toe. Beautiful. 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shake your sillies out. Good bodies. Do you know how to do a grapevine? 1, 2, 1, and cup. 1, behind. 1, 2 more like this. Slow. 1, 2, 1. It's like you're weaving, believing, weaving. Fast. Let's go. And 1. Good. And swim. Swim the arms. Woo. Good. 4 more. 1. Breathe. How's your breath? 2, 3. All right, ready? Kick your bottom. Breathe. Good. Show me those muscles. Lovely. Nice. Swap the arms. 2 to each side. Woo. 2. Yeah? All right. Let's try turning that grapevine. Reach up and in and up and in. Good. Bring the feet together. 4 more. 1, 2, woo, 3, woo, 4. Let's do my mom's favorite move. Push in and in. Strong. Boom. And in. Lovely. Jump rope. Hey, 1. Woo. Good bodies. Lovely. 4 grapevines to the front. 1. Woo. 1. How big can you swim? Blow your bubbles out. 2 turns. 1. Woo. 2. Let that go. Beautiful. Jump. Follow me. What's this called? What's this called? A star jump. And swing. Step. Bottoms. Wriggle your bottom. Wriggle your bottom. Good. Doubles. Let it go. Beautiful. Go for a little walk. Strut it. Say hello to your friends. Give them a little dance move. What's your favorite dance move? Keep breathing. Beautiful work. Good bodies. We're going to open this chest. How's your breath? Good. Ooh. What's this music asking us to do? How do I feel it in my body? Ah, hello. Okay. So now, breathe out. And you're going to imagine that your hands and your feet, your knees, your head, your tail, your belly button, your nose are all paintbrushes or sponges or trowels or anything you like. And you dip them in the most beautiful, gorgeous colour of paint. Today's mine is turquoise. And you're going to paint the most beautiful with big, stretchy, languid movement. Protection all over your body. And all over the room. And you're just listening to what your body needs in this moment to just transition and come back into the day together here. Beautiful, I can feel it. I can feel beautiful, bold strokes. You might use a bit of a splatter technique. That. And just gently coming into this little groovy little thank you body. Side to side. Shake your heart. Thank you so much for having me today. I've had a beautiful time dancing with you in my living room. And I'm going to invite you now into second position. Just arriving like we did at the beginning and thinking about how your body has changed since 10 minutes ago. Breathing in, thinking about what 10 minutes means to a butterfly, to a tree, to you, to me. We breathe in, we reach up, and it's like you're bowing, a gentle bow. So the first version goes like this. You're going to fold the head back, fold down, and release. Oh, you might even do a bit of a wiggle. Exhale, release everything you don't need to take into the rest of the day, into the rest of your life. And roll up gently, and the arms come up. Hello, body. And then the second version you can do, please do as you desire here. Roll down. And roll, big one down. And sometimes it's nice to touch the ground, say hello. You might even imagine roots coming out of the palms here, into the earth. You might hold your elbows and exhale and really release. Or just have your head bowed, breathe out. Roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. That's all the bits in your spine, isn't it? Roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. Head's the last thing. Come into the dance floor again and give yourselves a round of applause. A very groovy Grumble Boogie. Thank you for having me. Thank you, bodies. Sending your bodies lots of power, love energy, hope energy. Thank you, body. See you on the dance floor sometime soon.